Good morning, Subankar. Happy New Year. Mr. Parik, welcome. Hello, everybody. This is International Master and FIDE Senior Trainer Sekhar Sahu welcomes you on behalf of Sports Authority of Gujarat and Gujarat State Chess Association to this intermediate training session. Hello, Priyam Chawda, Rishabh Shah. Today, I will cover 10 games of Boris Spassky and also I will throw light on Marshall Gambit, Spanish Marshall Gambit, which is very popular even at top level. First, let us have a look at some games of Boris Spassky. Opponent is Simon Furman, a great coach, one of the best ever coaches in chess. So he goes for Marzi bind. Basically, you must know that this is not the best move order that White should do. He gets Marzi bind, which is not dangerous. Take, and then there is a tempo. So he has to defend Bishop e3. Taking the knight is bad because back center will be better. With the idea, now immediate he can play this move also. Immediately he can play this move. For example, now black played this move. Now this is castle. Even this is possible. It is not a blunder because on queen takes you can take knight into recover your piece. Or if you take knight into first, I can support it. But the variation is not popular because black loses castle opportunity. And this will give some advantage to white. That's why he did not like to do this and just castle. Just castle. Now striking. The whole point is we need to know that Marxist bind has to be broken. The pawn on e4 c4 creates a bind. Very well known Marxist bind. In 1950s, Botvinnik said Marxist bind is just too strong for black. Black cannot do anything when white gets Marxist bind. It is not so today. So here Spassky breaks the bind. You have to get the d5 break. You must get these three breaks. One of the three breaks. This or this. All three, if you see data, all three. Normally you get d5, b5. b5 break, d5 break is normal. Even one game of Zuzа Polgar with black. She went to king h8, rook g8, and then it broke with f5. So this is the bind must be broken. Otherwise, black will be totally cramped and get no advantage, no counterplay. Good move. Now, if you play pawn into pawn, now first I want to ask you what should black do? Take your time. What should black do now? You need to have a feel for center. I want an answer. Somebody should tell, then I will go ahead. Please think and tell me what should black do now. No answer? He has broken the bind and now black to play. What should black do? No. Bishop d4 is correct. The point is time. Black has broken the bind. Now you want to gain time. You have to take. You have to take the bishop. This is not good move now. Look into f5. Time. You lose now. Move the bishop. Time. Go back. So black has seized the center. Now the bind is broken and the bishop is poorly placed. Now the bishop is poorly placed. The bind is broken and with a wonderful knight, the file opened up. Normal. So black has completed development. Coordination is achieved. A piece in center. Very well played. There is no threat at the moment. No threat. Just you need to double the rooks on there. You need the rooks there on the left line and attack. Take initiative. Good move. Now you need to maintain the central knight. Idea preventing the counter play. Preventing the piece play. C5 stop now. Again, what should black do? A critical moment. These games are very instructive. If you know, these games are very instructive. About open line, center. Hello, Suresh bhai, good morning. How should black make progress? Yeah. Hello, Birahadra, good morning. So, this one, the correct move. The idea is to provoke weaknesses. Bishop S3 is an interesting move. But the point is, now it is not forced that he will capture. If he captures, white is black is winning. But he will not capture it. So this is a good move, provoking weakness. Now black has problem. because if you will move queen to d2, then bishop f3. There is a threat now. There is a threat. And even if he moves also he loses. Even if he moves bishop check and winning. So here, this is a serious threat. So f3 have to play. Again, black to play. Black to play and win. Hello, Sritu Nandi, Akshar Jala, Marth Godani, and Priyam Chavda. All welcome. I think this position you might have seen in puzzle books. You must have seen this position in many puzzle books. It is a very famous example, black to play and win. Yes, sacrifice, yes. Birabhadra Singh, right? Sumankar, why rook? Why give the rook? You give a minor piece. Hello, Rahul Chamoli, good morning and happy new year. Now, sacrifice, but simple, small, not a big piece. Bishop takes. Because knight check will come. Knight, if you give, knight is a now joins with the queen for attack. Bishop takes, you have to accept the piece. Now check, you have to accept that. And then queen enters. There is a problem now. Now queen e2 or c2 is weak move. So rook here, only move. What to do now? How should black continue the attack? I give you 2 more minutes. Please find out black to play and win. I give you 2 minutes. Perfect. Perfect. Virabhadra Singh, you are right. Now there is a threat. And rook into rook is met. Checkmate. Checkmate. Congratulations, Virabhadra. And anyway, you don't get mated, but you lose the rook again. This is losing and winning again. Winning the game. So this is a lovely move. Rook into rook, queen check, and checkmate. So the main point is breaking the bind is important. Maragzi bind must be destroyed. If one plays straightforward, for example, for example, suppose you play Maragzi bind directly for accelerated track. E4, C5. Now knight F3, G6, and I would say D4, CD, and D4. Bishop, then B3, then you play knight C6, C4. This kind of argument is possible. And there is another way also. Now C4, NF3, NF3, C5, C4. Now you play G6, D4. Now takes. No, knight into, sorry. Knight into. And then you play uh, one push. And then okay, you may knight here, knight here. This is another type of argument. Take, and I play D6. Now the queen has to lose time. This is not dangerous because there is no knight in the center. So this is a different type of marksman. Okay. So I think I have discussed marksman structure in earlier class. So here the main idea is to break the mind. Okay. Okay. Who is this Cots? Okay. This is all regular Stein's deferred variation. Now you can take bishop takes knight with a small advantage for white. Okay. I think white is little better. This is bad. This is bad move. So here the first one he goes for an attack. White has played lackluster game. Now black is preparing to castle queen side and he want to open the g file. You know, I saw a game yesterday only. White was Dubo and the black player. The black player I don't remember. And okay, I will show you the variation. I will not. I don't remember the name of the players, but I saw something like that. Okay, in this position, the idea now he wants to open up the game of king's position, and you take the G file is open. Good. I want to open up the king side. Queen into naturally. Okay. How should black play now? Black to play. Please find a plan. Black is better because white has not opened anything on the queen side, and black H file is open already. So how should black continue the game? Okay, it is good that you find improvement. I don't know which game you are referring, but I will show the variation. I will just show you the variation. What should black do now? Okay, this is a method. You play rook to g8 and go for attack. It is a one method, but there is something better than this. I know it's a good move, but there is something stronger than that because you are giving time to opponent. Knight g3. If you play here, knight g3 and knight f5 will come. No, no, there is a knight here, so sacrifice is incorrect. Queen d7. You see the idea of Slavsky, how fast he knocks out white. Very fast he will knock out. Okay, knight into pawn. Terrific speed. If you play, if you play knight into, then bishop h5, rook g8. Very fast. The only move f5. Speed unnudu. Speed unnudu. Now rook queen into is not possible. Pawn into pawn is disaster. The speed. Otherwise, if you move queen, f4 is coming. If you move queen back, f4 is crushing. So only move. Now look at the diagram, three moves before and now. Over. This should win very fast now. So that queen makes a road for queen. It is not the pawn, the queen enters. Queen, resign. The point is, now you need to speed. That is what I showed the game of Spassky to you. So how fast he was opening the game, the opponent's king position. Would you believe that this position, now this is move 15. Now another five moves, white collapses. So regarding the king's attack on the king, if the position is attacking, Spassky was at his best. He was original player. Tal, Spassky, Kasparov, Alekhine, Karras are great attacking players. Now, many grandmasters they have suffered badly against Spassky. If you allow attack, he is very strong. So this position collapses so fast. Okay, okay. Other moves, for example, here you can play d5. You can play d5. It is a reasonably good move. Good move. Then he will play some queen e2 and fight. If you play rook g8, suppose you play d5, he will play queen e2. Then it is becoming tough because the bishop is unprotected. You cannot win the pawn. You cannot win the pawn. The bishop is unprotected. That means you need time to consolidate. And now if you play rook g8, now here he will come knight and knight f5. Things are okay. White black is good, but it is still slow. All right. Marshall Gambit. Today I will discuss Marshall Gambit at length. Preparing to build a center and now d5. This is the famous Marshall Gambit. Frank Marshall, American champion, he used to lose to Capablanca always. So he prepared a gambit. He was an attacking player and he prepared a gambit. But he did not play that gambit. He wanted to use it against Capablanca and beat him. So Marshall waited 8 years to play. And finally the day came and he played with Capablanca and Capablanca beat him on the board. Refuted the gambit on the board. No preparation. Great player. Okay, here it comes. Pawn into. There are some tricky lines. For example, you can play e4 here. Now, after pawn into d4. This is on pawn into pawn. Then you can come queen f3. These are all tricky lines are there. Okay. So here, let me show the main line, knight into. So take, now c6. Idea, bishop d6 and queen h4 and attack. Bishop d6. The main position of Marshall Gambit. Okay. The idea is to play queen d3, knight d2 and coordinate the pieces. The idea is to play next move, queen to d3 and knight d2 and complete development. Black is white is all right. So everything is going as per white's plan. The other line is to play f5 immediately. So this is another plan. Now the threat is f4. Black wants to play f4. Then you cannot take with bishop and you cannot take with the pawn also. Knight into f4 will come. So he stops. How should black play now? Hello, Dr. Sanapati. Good morning. How should black play? Rook at 6 is not great because on rook at 6, he will be able to defend it. Okay. Rook at 6, he can play knight into, knight f1. Rook e8 is a normal move. Rook e8 is a normal move, but apparently he can defend this also. After the move knight f1, he can defend. So the point is, this is also not a threat because the knight is pinned. The bishop is watching the knight pin. So this will not be a real threat also. No threat also. So the whole point is that this is also not dangerous. The Spassky winded up with bishop takes pawn. Now bishop cannot take it. This is not possible. And on pawn into the knight comes, suppose you take, then knight is coming with a deadly effect. Now the point is you cannot return. The bishop is lost. Bishop is lost if you go queen f1. So this is the whole point. Bishop takes pawn. Unexpected blow. So he plays rook into rook and he resigned because after bishop takes rook, now he will play maybe rook e8. What can I do? How can I finish this game? I think it is finishing. I guess. How about bishop check? King h1 is coming. I think this should finish. Now, if you play bishop f2, I am going to play. I think this should be enough. No, finish that. So here, what can I? How can I finish this game? Take. And now he plays rook e8. And now either you go back or you play bf2. Let us see the finish. Opponent resigned, but what would you do? I think this should win. This should win the game. And now this should win. Oh, this is also not working. What is I want to see the finish. Why did he resign here? Bishop into d2 and bf3. Yeah, I think this is winning. Bishop into d2, queen into d2 and bf3. And now bishop cannot come or bishop rook into will come. So this is the one he resigned. Rook e8 he resigned the game because after bf2, bishop into d2 wins. This is the correct move. Okay. So you can see I will finish the few more games of Spassky. How many games? I will finish 7 more games and then I will take you to Marshall Gambit in detail today. So this is the exchange variation uh, of Queen's Gambit. Now he wants to means if after e3 and knight e4 is coming and queen a5 will come. After e3, knight e3, knight e4. So he wants to prevent all that. Objectively, the game is equal. Black has not done anything, rather simplified the position. The game is having equal chances. Such moves you have to evaluate carefully because if you fail to play actively and get some good counter play, black is left with a pawn weakness. So such positions you need to be very careful. Now d5 point is weak, so but here you will not get time. Now the threat is pawn. If you castle, this is a mistake here. Suppose you castle, then c4 and you cannot return. Knight g4, and you take this, then it is bad position. Bishop into with a very active position. So he decided to play here queen. Now it is surprising move. Okay. How should black play now? A critical moment. Hello Mukund Agarwal. Okay, queen. The point is, knight into pawn is not working good because in this case there is rook into with a lot of open line for white, lot of open line. So this is a better move than queen. You exchange the queen, it is inferior endgame. Black is completely better on queen side, and it is a very strong position. Ultimately, the white square bishop will be exchanged, and it will be good. Okay, so goes for this. Black to play now. The advantage of classic games always that from nowhere the a player creates initiative. Now, how should Black play now? Yes, Ramakrishna, I saw this game, Dubo versus Nakamura or Rajlavo. I am not sure. One of the player, Dubo White. This was played and it is okay, playable, fully playable. Yes, no, not G5. Do not weaken the position now. Find out there is a way out. Now, how should Black play now? Okay, yes, her suitor like Dubo Rajlavo. Yeah, I will tell you, the great players know they are so much vigilant. Now Spassky makes this one. This is the weak point. So Spassky now weakens F2 point and planting the knight here and pawn C4. So surprising ending. Now rook has to move and now knight B3. Rook has to move, now pawn. Suddenly the bishop is out of action. For next 5-6 moves, the bishop will not, because bishop A4 is met by knight C5. Knight C5, the bishop has nowhere to go. Trapped. Now A6, the pawn is, so this whole important thing is, the whole board, the great champion classical players, they look at the whole board and they also are aware of the particular weak points. So the bishop is a weak point, domination, complete domination, right? The only move, knight, the only move, no other square. This is miserable. You can play, but the rook will be locked. No, no. So this is only move. And now this suddenly the bishop has nowhere to go, and it is a position of color complex with white bishop on the board. The white squares are very weak on the king and near the king. Apart from there is a threat. There is a threat also. I want to go for the exchange, winning exchange. There are many plans. There are many plans available now. The position is lost. Hello, Bhavesh bhai. Yeah, yes, yes, Sahars Mehra. This is right. The plan G4 is playable. Now here, what else? The threat you have to stop. The only move. And now bishop takes. Idea. Now if you take it, now rook into bishop with some activity. But you don't have to. What should you do now? Black to play and win. Now I think I sold this position maybe because now the simple queen move is lost. The idea rook is attacked and rook, and if you go now queen into rook into is winning. So it is a really marvelous thing, you know. A player innocently he is playing, not knowing that the position is hopeless. Played this move, it is hopeless position. Unbelievable. Okay, I wanted to show you the variation, and here this is the plan. You see, here, correct? You know, some maneuvers are very interesting. D4, D5, C4, E6, and C3, and F6. And now it is playable. Knight F3, now Bishop E7, G4 is playable. Because there is a target. Now, you will play H6, you cannot castle anymore. If you play H6, now I will play Rook G1 and H4, you cannot castle anymore. Now, if you castle, then I will play G5, then knight comes anywhere. So here, Dubov lost because who is the Rajdavo? He just attacked the center. White center is weak. So he just opened up and c5 and he won the game. And it is also possible in the variation d4, d5, c4, c6. Now knight f3, knight f6, e3, e6, queen c2. Now knight d7, knight c3, bishop d6, g4. Idea, you take that rook g1 and I get the pawn back. So this sort of moves are possible when the g pawn is undefended. One game I want to show you. In the game d4, d5, c4, e6, c6. Then knight f3, now knight f6, knight c3. Okay, this is I have shown you Geller attack. The other variation d4, d5, and c3. Now knight f6, now dc4, e4, e4. Now b5. Now the idea that you take the wing pawn, you will take the center pawn. Okay. So e5, then knight d5, knight into pawn, then knight b6. This variation has come into fashion now. Actually, it comes from Geller attack also. This also comes from Geller attack. But now I found a very strange maneuver. Now after be2, bb7, castle, be7. Now white found a very strange move. Can somebody tell me? Can somebody tell me what is the possible variation for white? This variation was completely new to me, even though I have worked on Queen's Gambit accepted for white and black. I found a very strange maneuver. Dubo played with somebody, I don't remember the black player, no, but he played this maneuver. Somebody tell me what should white do now? No, not H4. Hello, Devers. Very strange. Now white wants to bring his rook to d1. The main thing is you have to bring rook d1. Then only you can create some threats. But where you place your queen? This mechanical move gets nothing. So queen d2. I would put this move on exclamation mark. Exclamation. With the idea now rook d1 is possible and queen will go to f4. From queen c2, if you played here mechanical queen c2, this is not having any activity. Whereas queen on f4 is much stronger. Queen on f4 is much stronger because I have chance to play create attack on the black king after castle. So this is a much better move compared to the queen c2 natural move. So after queen d2, maybe he will castle queen f4. Now knight c6, rook d1, and this is good. And in the case you play knight c6, I think this is what happened in the game. Then he played queen f4. No, he played rook d1, I guess. Queen d7, queen f4, and g5. Black is preparing to castle. Dubov played queen. He took. Now he played some move. What did he do here? I think he played some move like queen h3. And after rook g8, he played a strange move. I guess this is. And white went on to win the game slowly. Okay, this variation is not bad. Queen d2. Where is the move? Queen d2. Yeah, this is quite good. Okay, let me show some games from data. Maybe here. Queen d2 comes. Here nb6. Here bishop e2. Okay. Let us see a game. Ding Liren Duda. So this is a very surprising variation. Okay, and it is coming to fashion. First of all, I underestimated the idea, but if you look at carefully, black has good control of open line and center. White is good, black is not bad. So in the game, Ding Liren played bishop e2, castle, and now queen d2. Come here. Who is this black player? He's a very strong player, that Poland grandmaster, very young. With the idea, he wants to play now bishop to f4, then rook d1. Okay, going away. White stands better. So this is a very interesting plan. The queen d2, queen f4, and bringing the queen to king side. White stands better, plus equal. So this is what happened, and even this game is also good. 2019 game, only last year played. Red and white stands better. Again, whether you take or not, whatever the initiative is coming now. The threat is to play some bishop h6 move also. Now he can dump the bishop here sometime. f6. Getting ready for the maneuver. But before that, your rook should come to a third rank. I think white stands better. The pawn is free. White stands better. Plus. So this is very interesting line. Maybe you can look for applying it in tournament sometime. I recommend. So this is good. All right. Going to Spassky. Back to Spassky. Another five more games I have got. Six more games. On the main line, one of the main line. Black is better. This is another way. The another line was like this. You can see in many books. Now it shall be. This is more popular nowadays. Now bishop takes. This is a bad move. So you have to play pawn into. Now he can play kb1. He can play knight f3. Whatever you do, black gets some activity. Okay. This is more popular in tournament nowadays. But in the game, Spassky played b7 first. Black's plan is that he has good center pawns and open lines. So it is based on sound positional consideration. The B file open, C file semi open, B file, C file, preparing rook C8, rook B8, etc. Bad move. Position, I would say objectively white strength because king is in center. White has target. So ND4 would be critical move. This is a critical move. It is not easy. How what was in mind of Spassky, it is difficult to tell. But this is the critical move. Bad move. This is idea is not bad. The idea is to open the king position, but he is not fully coordinated. It is about the timing. I would say if the bishop was already, rooks are ready to come to e1, f1, the bishop is developed, but he is not fully coordinated. So it is a wrong timing. Bad move. There is no, now you want to prepare the attack, it is too late. No, whatever you do, it is not good. Now, other moves are not. This is, we'll ignore the opening the another file for black. Initiative, big initiative. Bishop pair and too many open lines. Black has full control of center, bishop pair and open line and with a threat. Okay, this is, I will tell you, when a player is demoralized, no, he plays badly. Already in advantage. So A3 was a better move, but anyway, A3 also is good for black. Now I want you to how to find out a plan for black. Black is fantastic now, but what do you do now? Hello, Vela. How are you? How should black play? No, not rook b8. Rook is already well placed. Not this move. There's something stronger. Crossing. If you play rook b8, rook will come, and then rook will come. You will play rook, and the defense is coming. So this is finished. No, no, no. Here, this is finished. If you play pawn into pawn, it is finishing the game. The bishop will come. The idea, the bishop c3 check will come. Queen is already overloaded. This will finish the game very fast. So you can't take it. So he plays knight into. The whole idea, I will tell you the main idea. Black wants the bishop in the diagonal. So he can give the queen sacrifice. Once the bishop is posted, then there is a mating pattern. Once the bishop is there, queen has two, rook has two, queen a2, queen a2, rook a2, king a2, rook check, then bishop a3 check, and bishop c1 discover checkmate. I want the bishop in the diagonal. For that, d4. You have to take with the knight. The queen cannot take, pawn cannot take. Pawn push. I reach the bishop. Finally, I reach, and now this is a threat, actual threat. Takes, takes, then takes, takes, then rook check, and then bishop check, and then mate. Just a minute for demonstration. I give check, 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 checkmate. So basically, to get the bishop, get timing, not giving time. For example, a player may get an idea. Somebody will say, "Why I have to do? I will come bishop e8, and I will play bg6." The whole idea that time. If you give time to opponent, everything will change. Now you will play bishop here, so everything will change. Now I will bring rook, and now you bring bishop. It is all. You will give exchange. You will give the exchange. You will survive. So the question is, you are getting not giving time to opponent, not giving time to opponent. Now what a move, d4, fantastic, pawn push and bishop. I think he resigns. He resigned here. I don't think any defense is possible. Is it possible to play f4 and defend? Is this move possible? Then I will play rook here. I guess it is all over. Rook here means anyway rook into pawn will come. Anyway rook into pawn will come. Lost. So great game by Spassky. What a timing in attack. So what is Ramakrishna was telling that? Oh, I will just see what you are asking. Tells what is the move? He's saying d4 knight f6. d4 knight f6. c4 e6. In c3 bb4. Knight f3. No, knight f3 b6 g4. No, I would not. I would not this. I would not recommend this right now, because if you have not played center, the situation is different. Now the center is open, so I think this is not good move. I would say not correct move now. For example, now I can even accept the pawn directly. There is no. I can play now. I don't have to do. I will see how I'm going to react on it. Okay, I think this is the correct move. You play pawn push, then knight here, double attack. Now you play some move, queen c2. Now bishop here. Now idea knight into pawn is a threat. So this gives counterplay. It's not the correct way. If you play rook g1, this is not the strategy. And also, I don't have to radical. This is a very radical move. I don't have to. I can play coolly also. It is possible to play c5. This will give trouble. This will definitely give some trouble. Okay. So g4 is not good move, because only when in d4 d5 there is a different position. Okay, I leave this. So Petrosian system. So Spassky wants to clarify the central pawn structure. The The game has become equal now. I would say black has already achieved equality. No bad piece, and the only square is weak is e5 square. The e5, white can go to knight e5, but that is not a great thing. The e5 square, black has to watch. All control. Now, how should black play? A critical moment. How should black play now? Or I will discuss Petrosian system later. Today I will show Marshall Gambit because there is not much time. I will show Petrosian how to play against Petrosian system later. What do you do now? Grab the initiative. No, knight d4. Queen attack. You need not, you can ignore all that. Ignore. This is not a problem. Center. World champion, great player. Don't worry. Play on center. The threat. Okay. You have to defend. So initiative. Black to play and win. Now the position is black to play and win. Welcome Adi Jain. Okay, my question to you, we will find out the black answer later. Please tell me what is the most vulnerable point in white can. Most vulnerable. Yes, yes, this is the worst point, and this is a target. This is also bad. So there are so many things. Then how can you exploit this? The point is, he played knight. Now, white gave a threat. You have to see the threat also. You have to see what the opponent wants. For example, now if you play mechanically knight into pawn, you will play rook coming here. No, 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 no. Just rook double. Right? Just rook double. So in the game he played here rook. What to do now? He wants to double the rooks. Rook h4 and rook coming. Rook f4. He wants to prepare a counter attack. Rook coming doubling. And then coming to h7. So what do you do now? I gave you 2 minutes time, 3 minutes time. Please tell me back to play and win. Somebody found out. Please find out how black is winning now. No, no, not King G7. Spassky simply won. The queen is lost. The queen is lost after knight. Now there is no answer to this. No answer. कुछ भी नहीं कर सकता है. No answer. Whatever you do, this rook is coming. The queen is trapped. So this is the whole point. Now he is attacking, and now the plan is to come here. The plan is to come here, but this is after this. There is no answer. No, too late. This is too late. This is too late now. Finish. Okay, maybe you can play even safer. Finish. So the whole point is trapping a queen is a subject in middle game. Lost. Fantastic design. The whole variation is designed that white has to again waste a move, which is not on priority. White has to waste a move. Bishop is not good here. The whole idea is to black has an active position. So notice that this will not have the attack. This will not have any attack because the pawns must be together. Here the threat remains. Well played. Building up an excellent setup. Of course, we will not exchange queen. And now the attack follows. necessary. Other moves are worse only. This is okay. Now I want to see how to conduct the attack. The feel for open lines. Spassky wounded up, finished up with a brilliant pawn into pawn. Now the pawn is attacked. So there are many ways to control. The knight is attacked. The pawn attack, knight attack, but he plays queen. So that bishop takes knight is losing. Two bishop into and queen f2 mate. So well done. So he plays rook here. Idea, next move bishop into knight. That next move does not come. The idea, I want to free my queen. I want to move my queen, but the pressure. So go away. Now enter the queen. Finish. You will not be able to defend now. Lost whatever you do. Now Hayatson resigned in the queen h5. How are you going to defend? Now, if you play some quick king move, how I will finish the game? Maybe a tempo. Hmm? I guess this should be winning. I think the simple move will win. Simple bishop e2. No need to do. Idea rook into rook and then queen into pawn and winning the game. The simple bishop g7 is over. So the whole concept is finding the plan, rook d2. This is very natural, all these things. The whole idea here, queen here, and then winning the game. The the variation played by black is not the best move. I would say in this position, bishop check, and this is not the best move. Though it gains time, the point is the bishop has to move again. That's the whole idea. But objectively, I would say if you want to play Catalan very safe way, now you can capture the pawn now. This is safer way to play. Bishop and now bishop g2. And now you take up. Because taking on fourth move, and now because I'm ready to castle now. So here you should take the pawn. This is better. Now I think instead of the bd2, now you have many moves. You have castle, knight e5, queen a4 check. Whatever you do, there is some sufficient counter attack is there. Okay, so I leave this. Two more games. Then I go to Marshall Gambit. Time not enough. In this game, the Tachnik gives a bad notes. Knight d7. This is very normal, and he gives this is a question mark. I cannot understand. This is supposed to be the main line in the variation. ND3, B3. Now to meet F5 with F3. Meet F5 with F3. So this is a very natural move. I don't know why Tachnik gives a question dubious move to this. Okay. G5. Rook C1. This is a good move. A4 is a good move. And Jaron Piquet played A4. This is a good move. Korchnoi also. A4 is a good move. Why knight B5 is coming next? This is I am not sure. He should have played here rook c1 or a4. This is doubtful. And the main strategy is to strike at g4. Black must hurry up with h5 g4, sometime direct knight f6 g4. g4 must come now to open up the line against the king. Now that b4 move is a waste of time. He has achieved nothing. Only it is helping if I capture. Finally, g4 has come. Threat, threat, e4, and bishop into g2. It's over. I mean, this actually, you see, 1953. So theory was just developing. The variation was a child at that time. So now we know that b4 is not correct. This is lost. This is lost. Lost. A very dangerous attack is coming. You cannot take queen into and knight g4, and after you come here, it's just finished. I have taken a piece and come back. One extra piece, and it is also attack continuing. So the whole concept of b4 is bad here. This itself, this itself is bad. Okay, you should play either rook c1. Now you should play rook c1 or at the moment this is a good move, rook c1, or a4 is a good move. And now same thing will not work. I will play knight here. Now if you play, then I want to play knight here. Want to attack. Once this bishop is gone, the attack will not come. Because many times when you place s3, the sacrifice comes on s3. The bishop plays a very important role in attack. But now I will take the bishop. And now if you take, and now you try to trap the bishop, does not work. a5. This is the whole idea. So it does not work. So knight b5 is a real threat now. a4 is a good move. Here, this is a good move. a4. Rook c1 is a good move. Okay, I will discuss King's Indian mainline another time. Going to the next game. So, you know, this is some strange things nowadays. For example, now, uh, what is this? E4, c5. Now let us say c3, knight f6, e5, and d5. Now if you play pawn push, knight b4 is a good game. And now the whole point is he can play b4. And after pawn into pawn, now c4. Now no knight b4. Now you come knight here and now d4. It is just a funny game, funny line. It is interesting, not bad. But it is all not forced. It is all not forced. So b4 is a very interesting move. Anyway, I would say that here now knight c3 is correct. This is the better way to play. So exchanging only helps black. E5 is not coming because of queen a5. Playing very casually is not the best way. White is not putting lot of real pressure on the position. In this position, c4, it's our Petrosian. It's our white played the c4. This is the correct way to play. Not in this line here, that knight into knight here. That is, I think, okay. So here, let us see that game. Queen f3. It is not doing real pressure on the position. Post. Ready to accept a weak pawn. A pawn into pawn will open up position for block this up. I'm ready. So very well played. Excellently played. Doing two, three things. Now with this move, black is achieving two, three objects. Number one, he wants to bring the rook so that king gets some air. Normally the pressure comes. So here the rook will come and king f8 is possible. Vacating the square for rook. Number two, that I want to put pressure on the diagonal also. And a pawn. It is bad. Now if you do this, this is positionally bad. The attack on a pawn is there. If you do, this is not a good passive position. So this is doing good work. The pressure. No problem. There is no sudden that rook on a2 is not participating. Okay, I don't have to take it. If I take it, there is counterplay. Queen check will come and with a lot of combination will come. So simple. Now the position. Now if you take the rook on a to the back rank, so he is losing valuable time at a critical moment. Go back. Now mid threat and rook 8 threat. Finish. I don't think the defense is possible now. H2 fails to rook check and bishop e. H2 will fail. Rook check is coming. So move and now winning because now not only about one extra pawn but more active position. Lost. Okay, whatever I do, it is bad. Now there are two extra pawn attack. Now rook into is losing to queen check. Queen into losing to queen check. But if you do pawn push, then bishop check, queen into and bishop check wins. Whatever I do, it is lost only. The whole point is white played lackluster way in the game. No, Grandmaster Lane, this is bad move. A player should avoid such Sicilian defense. White should avoid such captures. The correct move is to play NC3 and then depends what you line choose. This is a better way to play. So the player should avoid this kind of captures. I leave this. The next. One more game of Boris Vaspasky is black. These are black setup is not good. You know, Spassky played such a game and got beaten by Petrosian. You cannot play 92, 97, 97, A6, H6. So he had played with Petrosian A6, H6. So these are all waiting moves. All the pawns are free. The pieces are behind, and he has kept the possibility of C5, D5, E5, all these things. I will show you one particular game later how to crush such systems. Now, for example, if white is not ready, you will not get a plan easily. Now, if you play d5, I will play e5. There is no easy target. How to play against such position, I will discuss. d5. Now, if you capture the pawn, then you are only helping black. The d pawn will be weak. This is what happened. Players overplay when in such odd setup. This is not great. Suppose you play like this. Now the whole point is you leave 4-3 majority. You will not get substantial. This bishop is blocked. So the pawn tension is maintaining. Is maintaining the pawn tension. Minus. This is already minus for white now. Queen into pawn is bad. Suppose you take queen into pawn. This will turn out badly. Can you find out why it is wrong? Players should know. You should not make a pass. Why this is wrong? Can somebody come up with answer why this is wrong? Engine will take it. Suppose you feed it, engine will take it. Queen into pawn. So what is wrong with queen into pawn? What is wrong with this queen f5? Here the whole point is the all white squares are weak. All white squares are weak. So this bishop will come into life. This bishop will come into life. Okay. Now you have to return. There is no square. You have to return now. You cannot come because of fall. You have to go all the way. And in that case, now the queen will come. Not this bishop pin. It will not get much. You will have compensation for the exchange. But I will rather enter queen. Now queen will come. Or queen g4, queen s3. All white squares. I want to enter. That is why a player should avoid a bait like this. So he plays knight h5, but then attack comes. Attack. Discovery, no problem. I want to open up white squares. No problem about it. The simple plan now. I want to just retreat and then come. Or I want to come here. Finish. Finish. You need to defend the second rank. I don't see any other good way to defend. All other moves are worse and will collapse. Only move. Knight g4 will come means it's too much. So only move. The position, it is very good active play, active pieces for black. Okay. If you play queen g2, it is also bad. After queen g2, I can play queen exchange king into knight g4 is very powerful move. So it goes rook. You cannot take that pawn. Now rook into rook, pawn into queen into pawn is unplayable because of knight g4. Lost. The bishop is now only one good square, and that is bad. After bishop here, it is bad. I can play now bishop into knight, and this rook is in trouble. So the whole idea concept Now d5. This is interesting, and yes, you can get another setup also. Let us say you play nf3. Now I will play knight f6. Now you play d4. I play e6. Now you play g3. Now instead of playing b6, I can also play b5. The idea, I do not want the c4 to come. Only when you play c4, you will have center. I will not allow. Now on bishop here, I will play bb7. Now if you play a4, I'm not going to push because this is bad because the c4 will come. So I will maintain that. I will maintain that. So this is an interesting idea. It is interesting. Okay. Maybe you can see a game. White is Dubo, black is Zaginzer. Zaginzer was former Russian champion. So Zaginzer played this as black. b5. Probably it is maybe opening is equal because if you cast bishop g2, I can play c5. No, bishop b7 is necessary. Bishop b7. Now in castle, I can play c5. Not bad. Okay. So this is interesting. Marshall Gambit I want to discuss. d5. All this is normal. The normal move is d6. After the move d6, c3, castles. Now immediate d4 will allow bishop g4. This will allow bishop g4. So s3. Now I want to castle. I mean d4 next ready. So this is the main variation Royal Lopez. But instead black castles now want to play d5 direct. d5. Now actually there are many interesting ideas. For example, now white can accept the pawn. White can also play d4, which is not bad. I'm attacking the pawn. After the pawn push, I attack. And knight here, I play pawn into pawn. And next move, knight c3. White is slightly better. If you play bishop g4 in c3, white is little better. Okay, bishop takes knight. I will play pawn in. This is better because king h1 and rook g1 with attack. So I will discuss this. First, let us see the other line. Now here, I accept the gambit. Now you play c6. Here, d4 is the main line. Here, d4 is the main alternative. Other than that, white can play also d3. I will tell you the idea of d3 later. Now d4 is there, d3 is there, even g3. White g3 because after d4, d4, bishop d6, rook here, queen is coming. I want to stop the move. Now g3, I want to stop because after the move, you play bishop d6, I will come. There is no queen h4. Queen h4. But actually, you are not really stopping the pawn. What is the idea of queen h4 is to play queen h3. So, why this one? Now, queen will come. d7. This exclamation. Anyway, I will enter queen. So, how different it is making. So, g3 does not stop. White was Fischer and black was Spassky. Somewhere, I don't remember that year. Now, he played this queen. I think Patigorowski, Santa Monica. I think it is Patigorowski Cup, Santa Monica, 1966. He played g3 and now queen d7 and then queen is coming. Now d4. The game continued queen. Now bishop here. Now then queen d3, knight d2. I showed you the line. Okay, so this is possible. Other than that, this d4, there is move d3. What is the idea of d3? For example, now when you play d4, now bishop d6, rook e1, queen h4, g3, queen h3, rook e4. This is doing, I don't want the bishop to come. This is one of the idea to stop the bishop, and I want to also drive the queen. I want to drive the queen from the aggressive post, and I don't want the bishop to come. But black has an excellent move here, g5. g5. Now, bishop into pawn is blunder because of queen f5. This is how Avarbak was black, Petrosian was white. Avarbak won the game with after queen. I don't know. I think this is what Avarbak played. So this is good. But now this variation again has come into fashion. I don't have to take this. I don't have to. I can play queen e2. And if you play, this is a bad move. F5 is a bad move. Bishop F5 is the right move. F5 is bad here. If you play F5, I am going to play bishop into knight. Eliminate the knight. So no attack. Now you play rook. Now if you move, it is minus plus. You cannot take my rook, sure, because two pieces. Check and I will pick up the bishop. So you retreat. Now this is a bad position. Bad position for black. So f5 is a bad move, but you can play here bishop f5. Bishop f5. Then in that case, I will play knight d2. Welcome. You are welcome to take. Then I will have bishop pair and the two pawns. One pawn already in the pocket. पॉकेट बैग में एक पॉन ऑलरेडी है, दूसरा पॉन आ जाएगा. सो इट इज नॉट दैट इजी. सो ये भी लाइन में आपको दिखाएगा. सो फॉर एग्जांपल लेट अस सी फर्स्ट व्हाट द लाइन आई से हियर. d3 d3 idea when rook here, no, when you play queen coming here, g3, now g5 does not, fails. Why? The rook is protected now. I can take the pick up the pawn. Earlier the pawn was on d4, so queen f5, but now queen f5 useless. So this is the point of d3. I do not allow g5. So in the game this will end. So what happened here in this game? bf5 has come. bf5. Then I will play queen f3. Tempo. Go back. Now the whole idea that white stops black initiative. It is not about. Now white has got, I mean the extra pawn I will return. I will return the extra pawn. Oh, this is bad. Queen exchange is just losing the game. Plus, no more attack. White king looks very safe and solid, and one pawn in the pocket, 3-2 majority. It should win because bishop d4 is a posting and there is no attack. So this is a modern approach to meet the Marshall gambit. Take. Now g3 and rook e4. Now probably this is the strongest move. There are other moves like queen f5 is there, bishop f5, and queen d7. This is probably, in my opinion, the strongest move. The another pawn queen will come here with the idea he wants to bring queen and then bishop threat into the pawn. Not bad. I saw uh, this maneuver when Grandmaster Peter Lukacs, I think. Peter Lukacs I saw. He played this queen f5. But queen d7 is also good move. Very good move. Very good move. Now white has to be careful because the bishop on b7 will open up at right time. The idea now a4. Why this move? Because he wants to seal. Suppose you move something, he will like to seal the diagonal with a tempo. So he stops the plan. This is okay. Black has consolidated. Now I will cover up my weakness. Only diagonal I will cover up, and it is okay. So this is a very modern approach. Modern approach that meeting Marshall can be. No attack will come now. Outpost. So I will not discuss further the opening plan. Already white is on top. One extra pawn and no problem at all. Black king is also weak. C3, rook e4. Now bf5. Here queen e2. Now I want to take the pawn bishop into g5. Correct. I told you f5 is a bad move because bishop d5 and rook e6. So he comes bishop. Now nd2. I give the exchange. I will have one more pawn and no attack. If you play bishop takes rook, white will get one more pawn for sure, and attack also is finished. So welcome. In return for exchange, one pawn is there and all attack is over. G5 pawn attack, development complete, positional superiority. Center, and white has got bishop pair and open line and one pawn in the pocket. Now your pawn is pinned, so you cannot get activity. So only move. Idea f5. That f5 will run into bishop e6. He is preparing this, but also he has to watch bishop e6 will come. Bad move, I think. Not ignoring this move. दूसरा pawn गया. ये तो गया. This is gone. Now Tartakov said in board, do not go for material. Unimportant pawns not. Do not go for unimportant pawn. Now this pawn is important because my pass pawns I have to create. What is this rubbish pawn? Doing nothing to me. So don't waste time with this. Valuable time. So go for the correct pawn to create pass pawn. Unimportant pawn छोड़ो. ये तो हो गया. ये 12 का भाव में जाएगा. सेंटर पॉन सा रोल. Okay. Very well played by Zula Sachs. Anand versus Michael Adams. So come back. Queen f3. Finishing. No count. No chance of any attacking opportunity. Where is the attack? White has returned the pawn, giving black weak squares. Weak pawn and weak squares. Now white has a superior pawn structure and better center and a better pawn, and I mean more active pieces. So white is ahead in 3. Center, superior pawn structure, more active pieces. Prophylactic king side is clear. Plus minus. I would rate this position plus minus. Good knight, bad bishop thing. So a player should notice all these factors. And I don't think we need to see further. Already white better. I can replace the queen. Knight d4 can come. Knight c5, pawn b4 can come. And next pawn b4 outpost. Plus minus. You lose that. If you take bishop takes knight, then that rule of two weakness. If you take bishop takes knight, rule of two weakness will come. Takes rook into, then rook d8, and then I start king side attack. So this is plus. So we go to the Marshall gambit after take. This is bad. Black is insisting, I want to attack all cost. Bad. No need to go, no need to do all these things. Knight into rook anyway he is planning, and so just develop. Welcome to take my rook. Welcome. Now, if you play knight e4, it is bad. Take. Now bishop attack, only move. Now bishop takes pawn, only move. It's bad. So two pawns and exchange is too much. So and bad king. So he plays here bishop attack. Good move, comparative. Now we transpose to Gula Sachs move. Gula Sachs, same thing. No attack is coming. All these things artificial. Desire to attack without a plan. This is all artificial way. Counterplay. Return the extra pawn, they will be busted completely. Finish. End of the attack. Very bad king side of black. Weak pawns, weak king, and poorly placed queen. When there is no attack. Look back. Now this is queen s4 we have already seen. Queen s4, g3, queen s3, rook e4 is coming. So a new plan. The bishop wants to switch to other side. Okay. Returning the pawn. Now the endgame is superior for white. Now queen into pawn is not desirable. So he plays knight into pawn. A tempo. f6 is not possible. So this is only having problem. Now material is equal. No, why extra pawn for black? Extra pawn for black. White pieces are just blooming. How many pieces? If knight c4, then rook e1, rook d1 will come. If you play here nc4, now here rook d1 will come. Bad position. b7 will come. So he decided to play bishop. Winning. This is all home preparation. Believe me, it is all home preparation, not on the board. Forced. Now, white pieces are more active. The bishop on h5 is unable to participate in the game. Back rank is not cleared yet. One. Anyway, whatever you do, it is bad. Or exchange up, I don't see any compensation for exchange. So he blunders with this, and after this it is lost. Okay, I leave this. This is an interesting idea that bishop c7. Back, rook e4, idea, bishop f5 and pick the pawn. Do not be passive. A player should avoid some passive moves. Idea rook d4. So this all you will forget it. Activity. Bf5 will come, no problem. Now bishop into knight is rook is bad. Pawn into only move. And now back. Now the point is the material he has returned, but activity for white. The threat knight h5. Now the threat is knight h5, and now the pressure is on d5. And you have to watch the back rank also. Black has to clear the back rank problems also. What else you will do? You retreat, knight h5 is plus for white. So ultimately he has to make a room for queen. c6. Anyway, he cannot defend it. Anyway, he cannot defend c6. Okay. Okay, so I leave this. I think I have showed you some ideas. Okay, all the important game I will show you. Razavo versus King Lion. Hello, Kribya Parmar. Good morning. And now I return the pawn and end of the attack. Now no initiative. Now white has completed development and bishop into d5 I can come. Plus, this is an improvement. Michael Adams and Anand White, Adams Black, it all happened. But this is a more modern version, more active play. White is better after this. If you take two bishops are better, and a5 will open up. Now white is penetrating on the A line, and now if you play bishop e4, a technical plus position. You have to take it. Everything is home preparation. Not this knight into pawn. The pin is coming. The pin will come. So fantastic. I suspect that all this is home preparation. All this is home preparation. Over. White has an advantage. Okay, bishop and bishop, the rook ending is not so dangerous because he can hang on with that pawn down. So bishop is necessary and white stands better. Next, he will prepare some king move, then bishop c5, gradual improvement of the position. Now, one more line I want to show you is d4, d5. Now c3, d5. Now d4. 2, 3 games I will show you. The point is that I don't want to accept the gambit, I want to open the pin. Okay, just a minute. The point is, I want to open the game myself. I don't want to accept. This is an interesting concept. Now e5 and now knight c3. Whether you take bishop f3, that is good for white, or you play, this is good. White stands better because g5, f4, f5 will come, king h1, rook g1 will come. Clear cut advantage to white. Plus, you exchange, I will double the rook. Queen h5, rook double. One sided, it appears to me one sided plus for white. क्या कर रहा है इधर pawn के पीछे? He wants to go after the pawn. Finishing the game. If h6, bh6 is coming, very well played. Who is this white? Zero. Very well. No knights done. No knight e4. A fine move. Thus, all over. Now the position is lost only. He blundered with this, but after this it is lost. So it is an interesting concept, and I like Sasi Kiran 92 last year. Sasi Kiran, India, our Indian very strong grandmaster, he played this with white against somebody, some GM, 2600 GM, knight c3. So bh3 is bad now here to neutralize the pressure. Now the queen is coming here. So want to create a weakness. The f pawn will join knight b3, knight c5 into the weakness. So Sasi Kiran sees that this weakness, the knight is coming, and the f pawn is also free. Good move. White stands better inside. A4 will come, knight c5 will come, f4, f5 will come. Plus idea f4, f5. Okay. A file is open, plus minus. I don't want to go further. Opening advantage. This is also a comparatively modern game, just 3 years back. Okay, he comes knight. Idea queen h5 now. So stops queen h5. Idea queen d2, queen h6 now. Idea f5. So black is meeting all the threats, but now anyway I want to play f5. This is ridiculous. This is not a defense. It will collapse. King in front of the rook. Even rook into f5 will win also. I believe rook f5 also should win, but the grandmaster don't want to risk unnecessarily. Over. So this is interesting, and those players who are lazy to work, I will show variation. I have already discussed. They can work on this diagram. If you are very lazy to study theory, e4, e5, this line. If this is not avoiding lot of theoretical line, very the main idea that after you play queen h4, g3, queen h3, the rook is defending the second rank. This is the main idea of the resources, the defensive reason. There is no attack is coming. So I would like to say rook e2 is a very good move and not easy to attack. So I recommend this if you are not having time to study too much theory, you can just work few games and you get a good game with this. I would try take you to Zenis Klovan, Beliavsky, Zenis Klovan. For example, let us see game of Beliavsky. Now I will discuss Queen h3. The idea is to meet Bishop f5, Bishop g4. I will simply return. If you play this, I will play f3. Take. Now what happened? I have got two bishops. Material is equal. White has 4-3 majority and pair of bishop. No attack. I will play queen. Welcome. Welcome to endgame. So bg4 is not. I'm ready to give return the pawn. So this is why after the move he played bh3. Where is the attack? How are you going to attack now? कोई अटैक नहीं है अभी queen takes pawn knight g5 and I take the bishop. There is no attack. Simple logical way. Plus minus. Now you will not get a pawn also. Extra pawn and no attack. White has consolidated. I will take you to Janis Klovan also. Very simple way he played. 3-4 games. इधर है आंसर. Now at d2. I want to open up the A line. Main problem is the underdevelopment. If rooks are exchanged, everything is okay. So a4 good move. कौन सा attack? This is no attack. Now this is ridiculous to play. Now you see the idea how white will punish black. Unplanned attack. Knight attack. So idea is to play bf3 and queen g2. Now I will play queen. The idea now I will escape. Bishop takes pawn. Idea if you play king here it's a checkmate. But I will vacate the square with a check. I want to king e1 king. So check. The idea now king will slip. By f2 to e1 I will slip. No attack. So this is reckless attack will not work. A player should not do all out without planning. The next game. Exchange. An extra pawn. Knight h5 threat. The end game is losing. Wow. Now if you play g5, knight f5 will come. So white has completed development. अभी है क्या problem? कुछ भी नहीं. Now I think this is not necessary but exchanging. Solving the problem. The idea is very interesting. Please note every move has an idea. You will see the great idea of the move. Now knight attack you have to take. If you take a tempo, let's say 4 moves like that. This is the idea. Now I open the b3 diagonal. Now bishop into. You see the idea why he is fracturing himself. Now intermediary check. The reason is I will get time. Queen check, push, time. Queen exchange offer. Queen exchange offer. Everything pushed back. Rook on e2. The second rank defense. All white only. I am seeing the board. Only white in center everywhere. And a post-trade. The rook will be post-trade. Rook will come. कुछ भी नहीं बचेगा. कुछ भी नहीं. Nothing. No attack. Nothing. Just hopeless position. So this is interesting idea by Klovan. Very interesting. You know this one is very interesting to play here after the move. This one very interesting. Janis. This is idea. Return. Take my pawn. Extra pawn. अभी क्या बचेगा? एंड गेम में दो बिशप है, क्वीन साइड मेजॉरिटी है, कुछ भी नहीं. Nothing. This is technical plus minus. Modern grandmaster they just wind such positions. जो भी खेलो एंड ऑफ द अटैक. अभी यहाँ पर एक आउटपोस्ट मिल गया मुझे. आउटपोस्ट बिठाएगा पीस को. मारो. नाइट पिंड है. द नाइट इज पिंड. क्वीन चेक इज अ ब्लंडर ऑफ कोर्स. क्वीन g4 rook g2 so only move posted. अभी ये क्या है? terrific post. कुछ भी नहीं. Knight is superior than the bishop. Knight is far superior than the bad bishop. A post for me. The king is safe. So this is only for lazy people. On lazy people, I say, do not calculate. Just play rook e2. Not easy to attack. At the same time, the possibilities are limited. You are stopping the attack, but white is not achieving anything. Okay, I will leave this. So, thank you very much, friends. So, regarding Marshall Gambit, if you have a doubt and question, feel free to ask me. I will go to the line Queen. What is Harsh Mehra said? That the Petrosian system. I will discuss someday, sometime for that next chapter. तब तक सबको मेरा नमस्कार. See you at 2:30 today again. By tomorrow, there will be no chess class. For because I am supposed to go to Gandhinagar for the meeting, Sports Society of Gujarat. The meeting was on 2nd, postponed to 4th. So tomorrow I will have to go. So I will not be able to take class tomorrow. I will be doing day after tomorrow. And anyway, we'll meet at 2:30 today. Bye.